This has been going on for about an hour now. Just have to keep recording it. See how I'm in a containment zone. This is the quietest street in the entire world, and you can see the platooning of the cars yet again. The exact spacing. See the exact spacings? See that? Platooning was made in Israel in 2006. So trucks transport across the the highways down there. So just, yeah, it wouldn't be such an annoyance if there wasn't for the data packs that come from the speakers, which have been heavily documented. So it does become just completely unbearable. So this is my life now. I'm just constantly trying to gather bits and pieces from them, try and have them put in jail, and then hopefully they can leave my life soon. So that's the best I can do. That bus, it'll circle as well. That's what they call an ASMAC team. AMDEL, Security Measures and Containment. You buy an AMDEL Security Measures and Containment kit for countless amount of money. It gives you fake cop cars. It gives you fake police uniforms. It gives you little weaponized syringe things to hit people with, so you can abduct them. Constant ADSA implant sets, and the code for that is K225556-1. -1 is the weaponized version of it. That's pain. I think there's Constant Mazda, which is their other corporation. Constant ASDA is their first one where they did all the evil shit. Now they're trying to make these implants accessible to people to fucking help them. They just do evil shit to people. There's more people like me. There's so many people, I guess you'd call them medically kidnapped in Australia right now. It's just ridiculous. There's like 5 or 6 people just living in this area with them, and these cars just circle us. They'll circle me for a while, and they'll go pick on the other girl. And the other girl, they're trying to blackmail them because they've got wealthy parents or some shit. They play a different game with every person. She's of Jewish descent. My grandmother was a Polish Jew, so I get picked on. She was a Jew. There's another girl out here that's a Jew. Any Jewish family in here gets picked on. The Arabic or Muslim families get picked on as well. They play, their game for them is called X-Ray or Guantanamo Bay. So they try to do some really nasty shit to them. Jews get concentration camp. It's just getting fucking beyond belief. I know my footage isn't really that interesting, but this is the best I've got for you. I mean, I try to go through everything they've done. I've tried to find links to the companies that get involved. It's crowdfunded, so Woolies and all that sort of stuff can chuck a couple bucks in. They can get a few drivers to drive around and harass people if they want. These drivers are pay to play, so they just pay these drivers. Some of these are ASMAC'd. They blackmailed or forcibly made to fucking drive around. The more I go into it, the more I get into it. It's just disgusting. This country's become a piece of shit. They set up road workers, create a full-blown containment area. As you can see from my past video, that's Sydney. That is a city of 10 million people. But these are the quiet areas. That was in the middle of the CBD. There's 10 million people in this state, and there's like 8 million people live in just Sydney alone. The rest of it's just pretty empty. Australia, we only live on the coast. We will live 50 k's from the water in. We make a big ring around the country. No one lives inland. The hills have eyes out there, mate. Everything kills you. The people, the wildlife, everything. So we all live out. We don't live out in the middle of nowhere. So for that city to be empty is just bullshit. And they threaten us, threaten our kids. There's some nasty functions to this shit. If you read Michael F. Bell's book, that goes into it pretty well, but what we've fucking found to this thing is just fucking brutal shit. It's brutal shit. everyone's too scared to talk because then someone will rock up in an ambulance, and they'll try to medically abduct them. They're not even fucking real paramedics or anything like that. Or not paramedics from this state. They'll come down from Queensland. We're in New South Wales now. It's just bullshit. We can't do anything about it until we get them arrested, but it's just gone too big. There's so many fucking people now, it's just, I don't even know how to fucking deal with it. The shit they're doing to me right now hurts my fucking head. Those things, I've got air compressors on the car, it pushes the air further, and when it pushes the air further, it pushes the sound wave further. So I talked to an audio engineer, and they said you can pretty much get a speaker and put a fan right behind it and blow sound for a fucking K with a big fan. Just an industrial fan you have in a workshop. The shit these people have is just fucking annoying. They've spent a fucking fortune, like billions, on this shit. They're just fuckheads. And so they can sit at home and play Grand Theft Auto of people's lives. Once you look at the constant ads at implant set, and again that's K22556-1, and that's weaponised kit. And none of this is classifiable. Don't ever let any fuckhead say they're classifiable. It was all illegal from the start. It's all considered terrorism. You've seen the Walbert case. If you've watched this shit, you know James Walbert in 2015 took this to the UN and just smashed them. He's on $150 million a year because of this shit. So they've got to come up with $150 million a year for each and every one of us. So I'll get you every name of every corporation that went in on this shit, because they do it. What they've been doing is they get data, and they sell the data. They sell the data between two data companies, right? They'll grab the data, sell it to this company, and it'll cost them $1 million. They'll sell it back to the other data company, but they'll sell it for $2 million, and then write off the tax in the middle. So in the next tax year, they get a $3 million for getting one lot of data, selling it between two companies, and they sell it back and forth between each other, and every time they up the price. Until that's one scam they've got. Then they've got, what they do to the Jews is try to steal our intellectual property. Like they tried to do with Walbert, they tried to steal my intellectual property, and a couple of other girls here intellectual property. They've injured these girls here. They're just scum. They're just scum. It's a blackmailing, abduction, and torture system. They're just fuckheads. It's all been documented. It's just Australia. We can't get it on the fucking news because our news is fucking spastic, and some of they're just scared for their life because they threaten to do it to them. It takes one news report for every one of these people to get their heads kicked in, and not all these people. I've had to meet with some of these people and ask them what the fuck is going on, and then some of them are scared for their fucking lives. It is getting like Nazi Germany here in Australia. It is getting like Nazi Germany, and we're fucking sick of it. We're in a containment area, getting told that we're fucking Jew pieces of shit, scum, fucking, you have to... There was one girl here told she had to run around here and do so many laps, and she had an injured knee, so she could keep... So they'd stop picking on her, with EMDs. And EMDs aren't classified, and you can buy them. They're on every fucking embassy in America. Just hook it onto your fucking car. If this sounds like conspiracy theory shit, tell them to get fucked. If you've got this thing in your city, you got to go to the comms pillar and break the fucking thing. Just go to a comms pillar, take the top off, and just strip it. Just pull out every plug and cut every fucking wire off the fucking thing and tell Telstra to fuck off. Because they can't do this without Telstra or Telecom or APTT. Now there's recordings that play for them, and the same thing's going on in America. Now the guy in Nashville, Tennessee, he had the same thing happen there, and he bombed the comms pillar. He bombed an ATP or whatever you guys call your telecom thing there, their comms pillar, the connection to the hospital and the police station, to turn it off. We're getting fucking sick of it. That poor bloke in desperation. I'm not saying I don't want to say anything about him because I've worked out what happened. I'm just sitting there thinking, you're that desperate. You're that desperate. It's sad. It's sad that it had to get to a point where some dude had to take his own life in a bombing to turn off a fucking comms pillar to the town. Once you're connected to it, you don't. They're fucking. It's just, you watch the news and you see where these things are and you go, fuck, we all know what's going on. And it's just getting ridiculous that Channel 7 News can't understand that these things have been out since 1934 and they used them on the Jews in the Nazi Holocaust. And now they round up Jews and do it to Jews again. If we get the statistics of every person they've done it to, Jews. Why do they do it to Jews? Because Jews have been studied that many times that when some fuckhead from a university has to go study another Jew, and as you can see it's not stopped, and the tuning's got a little bit wider now, if you can see. I'll see if I can zoom in for you. See? Count the seconds. Spread them out a little bit more, because you can spread out the tuning very far, and they're getting really wide with the tuning, but you can see how it's uniform. Right. They did this to the Jews in the Holocaust, and when they do it to the Jews, because the Jews have been studied so many times in the past because of Hitler, when they did the next study on humanity, they did it on Jews because there was so much data on Jewish descent. Anyone of Jewish descent was studied. And next time some fuckhead from a university picks up a book and wants to study anthropology, they try and do it with Jews because it's so much easier to go back off the data that was already collected. So they can fuck off. They can fuck off picking on the Jews all the fucking time. We watch South Park too, fuckhead. We won't have to go through that shit, so you can all fuck off. If you want to hear what's coming out of the cars, just turn it right up and see if you can hear it. But they just start being fuckheads. They try to call us whatever the fuck, and we're sick of it. So we don't fucking care. We're sick of all their shit. They try to belittle us, and it's a part of a Nazi Germany experiment where they berate you everywhere you go. That's what they did to the Jews. They berate you everywhere you go. They set up speakers all through the fucking city and they berate us everywhere we go. And the health department of fucking Queensland has it in their hospitals. No one's game enough to go into a hospital here and check if it's in here, but I'm sure some of the girls from here can tell you that our health department of Australia is a fucking mess, mate. And then, if you want to go through statistics, you can say I'm a stupid cunt or whatever, but if you go have a look through statistics, they've been trying to push all their nurses and doctors and everybody in their hospitals to go through military training, basic military training, through our Army Reserve regiments. They've got to do 6 weeks basic training. They've been trying to, and tell them that they can, every weekend they do away, they'll pay them full wages of overtime. These fuckers are going militant or some shit, mate. I'm not living in Nazi fucking Germany. They can all fuck off. The Australian government can step up and do its fucking job. And then they're too afraid because these fuckers have got like 20,000 fucking followers. It's just the start of a Nazi fucking Holocaust fucking shit. So the Jews in the government get fucking targeted as well. And when they target them, they gang up on them with so many fucking people that the ones that have stood up and tried to shut it down get battered back down by these fucking idiots. They're just fuckheads, mate. So 1934, hypothalamic nerve stimulator. And then you go to constant adds an implant set. And then go through all the implants you can ever see on the internet, then just think of them weaponised. And that's what they've done to us. I've been put on a pension now because members of the Australian government who aren't pieces of shit, who are fucking good blokes and good women, have gone and put us all on pensions seeking compensation now. So they're helping us sue the government. But it's hard for them to do their job when they've got so much dissent in the government. Half our government's become like fucking Nazis. Our professors at our fucking universities are a bunch of fucking weirdos. Abducting little girls and putting these implant sets in them so they can blackmail them and try to... You've got to see how bad it's getting here. So I'm going to put this on Youku because they drove the Chinese out of our country, like you can see in a previous video that I made. So we're sick of it. They pick on all the Chinese as well. The game they play with Chinese is go home. So they go and berate them and torment them and try to get them sent home and all this sort of shit. It's exactly what the fucking Nazis did. We're sick of their shit. We're sick of these fuckheads. So if you can send help for us, send fucking help for us, because our own fucking country can't seem to fucking work it out. We've got people going through the city unwiring shit, and these fuckheads come back through and wire everything back up. They're just weaponised speakers. All you have to do is put extreme low frequencies through it, ultra low frequencies through it, add data packs through it, and have the data packs hit all your implants. It's not too hard to understand. It's not even remotely far-fetched. Now, if you heard about the world of Dazay, if you can find the link to Dazay for me, that'd be amazing. But here's how it starts. This is Dazay. And there's, see, it starts recordings in the cars, like I showed you in the other thing. So it tells you that it puts something in someone's neck. So turn it right up and put headphones on at that point and see what it says. And this isn't rigged or any bullshit. This is happening in America as well. The cars just growl to normal people and do funny shit. You buy it and you can make Tyrannosaurus noises and all that sort of stuff because you wire the block to the solenoid to the camshaft back to the speaker system, and you can make that into a speaker. But it's a magnetised speaker. We're sick of being treated like fucking 1940s Jews, mate. And they've broken this down and got all the transcripts from it. If you go to spice.com and you can crack into the coding, you can read everything in spice.com. This links to some really nasty shit, mate. These cunts are fucking peds. Child murder and peds, mate. You gotta delve into these fuckers, mate. I'm going too far deep for you, but I'll show you everything one day. I'll compile every bit of evidence for you and show you how many people try to make money off this shit. But if you watch that thing in Tennessee, the copper said a recording played, and then it happened. These guys deny all these recordings, and that's how they gaslight everyone to say that they can't hear it, and everyone gets abducted again, thrown into hospitals and all that bullshit, trying to make us look mental. Another thing they did to the Jews. This is a Nazi Germany experiment, step by step by step by step. We get drugged in the night. This is what they do to my shoes. See that? They get holes. They put holes in our shoes so they can drug us through our feet. So these shoes aren't very old. They just get destroyed. I've had these for about 4 months. Connies last forever. These are brand new Connies I bought, right? I'll show you in 3 weeks how bad these Connies get. These are brand new today. And I bet you there'll be a hole right there. And I've only ever worn the heel on my shoes. The way I walk, I wear the heel on my shoes. So they can all fuck off with their shit. And the next dickhead that tries to say that you're crazy for hearing this shit is a fuckwit. So that's another girl connected to the system as well. She cracks the shits as well. We all crack the shits at it. We're all connected to it. All they do to make a massive speaker is they go to the water main, and they put a shitload of pressurised air through it. They just put air pressure through it, creates a gas membrane, makes a speaker. So you turn the taps on, and you can make everything a speaker. Water can become a speaker. Anything that's a gas that can become a speaker. Your hot water service, if it goes on in your house, turn your hot water on for like 30. Some lady left it on here for like 38 hours. She timed it, and then it all cut out because the air pressure wore off. You can go to your hot water service and bleed the air out of it. So you get surrounded by people, right, and they pretend they can't fucking hear anything. They're just a gaslighting community that does it. And it's fucking annoying as fuck. It's here, it's in New Zealand, it's in the UK, and it's always in fucking America and Canada. But at least in America and Canada, they get up and do shit. They always take your hat off to the home of the brave, mate. They get up and they'll tell you to get fucked, and when they tell you to get fucked, you feel it. And that's us being slowly radicalised by these assholes. Violence is never the answer. And we're not violent people, we never have been. But look what they've done. This is meant to be a makeshift. Anytime we get to an oval, they circle it and say, well, you're in a concentration camp, you're detained. So now I can do anything humanly possible to escape detainment as written in Australian law. But some of these people are just abductees as well, made to do it. They threaten to hurt their kids, they have hurt their kids, they've murdered their kids. It's just getting fucking out of hand. But no point trying to explain it too much without sounding too crazy. So I can only do what I can do. When they start an inquiry properly, like we need, hopefully they actually put it in there as what it is. And they get these people for other things. They start arresting them. The coppers go out and get them for whatever they can because they don't want to acknowledge this. But like, you idiots, just acknowledge this and get them. if you see coppers on the news going to jail for rape and shit like that, like in Western Australia, South Australia, and things like that, that's because they've been in part of this, and all their recordings from the cars have got grabbed. Every one of these cars has a fucking recording device in it, and you just ask it, how do you make bombs? See, it starts the recording. First, get a bit of pipe, you cut it, blah 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 blah. That's what I showed you in the other thing. They can talk over the top of it to stop the recording because I'm recording them doing it. But that'll play and tell you how to make a pipe bomb. This is to radicalise people and make terrorists. Then they make a terrorist attack, and then the security guards that are being paid to run it will get a bigger security contract. And that's how it keeps happening. And protective security can get fucked. Because I've filmed you in New Zealand and you're all Australian. So if you go through my footage of New Zealand, have a look for protective security guards and their family members. I do have a big gaslighted community. Mum goes on for a look, mate. Mum's out smoking crack with the boys, gaslighting people. They're just fucking twats, mate. But anyway, that's the best I've got for now. Kindness of regards.